Welcome back. Some things are changing with it comes to what you're required to report to the IRS. Now this afternoon we have Charlie Heid, who's a tax expert, with us to go over these changes so you know what to expect. All right, you and I have been friends for years, and we could talk football, we could talk a lot of subjects, family and friends, but when it comes to talking the IRS, I got to tell you, most people, including myself, my eyes just glaze over. But that's your world.
It is my world, and this is this change. Because we can talk about it with football, because we've all sold college football tickets when you buy a couple tickets and you can't go to the game, you can go out on StubHub or Ticketmaster and sell them. So this is a new reporting rule that goes into effect for 2023. And it is going to impact lots of people because when I sell those tickets now, let's say I sell them for $1,000. I'm going to get a 1099-K from StubHub or Ticketmaster because I need to report that as income. It's a sale. And if my cost of those tickets is less than the proceeds I sold them for, I've got a taxable gain.
So it works both ways, I suppose.
Well,
but also if you have a ticket that's worth maybe $300 face value, you sell it for $600 because there's demand out there and you can get $600.
Yeah.
You have to report that as well.
Right. This rule has been in effect since 2008. The only reason it's never really impacted any of us is because the filing threshold for these companies, these third parties to issue 1099s, was you had to exceed $20,000 in aggregate proceeds and 200 transactions. Well, one-off selling of tickets, you would never have exceeded those thresholds, so they didn't have to report to the IRS that you got $1,000 in proceeds. Now, this came in with the American Rescue Plan in 21, and it was delayed through 22. It becomes active or effective in 23. It dropped down to $600.
Why was this even necessary?
So that's a great question. It was put into the American Rescue Plan as a revenue raiser to get more people to have to force them to report these sales of personal items that if it's a gain, you have to pay tax on it. But if it's a loss, you don't get to deduct the loss. You can just offset the proceeds that were reported to the IRS by the cost up to that amount.
So, okay, StubHub, some of these companies, and you mentioned eBay too.
eBay, yeah.
What about if you sell something on Facebook Marketplace? If you're unloading some clothing, you're unloading maybe a bed, a variety of household items you don't need anymore.
All of those online marketplaces.
You're kidding.
Now,
even Facebook Marketplace?
Yep, have to issue a 1099-K.
Who submits that for?
They do. So Facebook Marketplace would issue you a 1099-K. They would also send it off to the IRS. It's just like when you think about your 1099 INT or sure. 1099 dividend, that's reported to the IRS. The IRS, in their matching program, when you file your return, they're going to look to see if this is included in your return. And if it's not, you're going to get a notice.
That's just so federal government to do something like this.
Well,
I mean, $600 is not that much money. If you, let's say you sell a couple of things, 2 or 3 things, and you make $600, you got to pay taxes on that?
That is the angst here.
Then you could go into, well, the bed has depreciation and things like that, and then that's a whole different, it's just keeping guys like Charlie Heid in business.
Well,
because nobody understands it.
I'm not complaining, but yes, it is going to create a nightmare this year when these companies have to issue these 1099-Ks, and then we have to remember to report them. And when you think about what should I be doing right now, knowing that, oh my God, I've sold stuff on eBay, I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that one of the things is that you're keeping track of those sales you've made. And it's not going to take much to get over $600.
No.
And then you need to make sure you've got the cost basis, what you paid for those items that you resold, to be able to then offset the gross proceeds Because again, if you sold it at a loss, if you bought something for $1,000 and I sold it for $600, I've got a loss. All I need to do is report the $600 proceeds and report the $600 of cost. That's it. You kind of offset each other in your return.
We're going to have Charlie on the show periodically also to talk about other things with IRS because, obviously with a new year coming up, new regulations other than that. So, Charlie, thank you. Always great talking to you.
No, you're welcome.